Okay, hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Monk Chat Live. Is a program or a session that going to allow us to discuss about the doubt or the question about Buddhism, culture, tradition, uh, and its big scope as well. Okay, or the question that we have discussed in this life, and welcome all the viewers and followers to our like a conference room right now, like a Monk Chat online, Monk Chat live, and welcome all the partners, my partners today, and we also will have the special guest. I will let you know later. Okay. Um, so hello everyone. Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
Okay.
Good evening.
Mhm. Let me introduce myself briefly. I am Prat Sontavi Intasaro. Yes, Prawan.
Sorry. Okay. I am Prawan Silapano. Now I'm living at Wat Long O in Chiang Mai also.
Mhm.
Okay, so my name is Praswan Atija Wangso.
And then Prabhu.
My name is Norwich Samboon, or you can call me Boon. I'm from Myanmar, actually.
And my name is Prabunma Buddhanoi.
Okay, our guest, Mr. Kevin. He is like our, let's say, foreigners who come to this chat or the conference room to be the one who ask and be the one who make a conversation with monks, and will be his great opportunity as well to make this our second time of Facebook Live of a monk chat program, and will be more like a beneficial from your question. Okay, would you please introduce yourself?
Hi everyone. I'm Kelvin and I'm from Singapore. So I'm 26 this year. So I am a Buddhism, but I'm not a professional in Buddhism. So I'm here. Yeah. So I go to Chiang Mai once per year. I like the Buddhism arts there. So I have a lot of curious question that in my mind that I can't answer, which nobody can answer me on it also. Yeah. So that's why I'm here today to ask question and understand more about Buddhism. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for every month uh, dedicate your time to make this happen, this live, to interact to our, foreigners who used to come to Monk Chat before, and right now they uh, cannot, travel to Monk Chat, but we found this program to allow foreigners can join us. Who's open your speaker, please turn off. Is it from me? I think. Okay. Okay. Everyone can hear me clearly? Okay. Our intention today will be talk about some issues or doubt from our guest not guest. I think he's like a partner of this Monk Chat live today. I got personal chat from him, a message from him, asked me a question about Buddhist tradition, especially Buddhism in Thailand, and then I bring it to this panel discussion. I have invited 3-4 months, 5 months today to join like a panel discussion and talk about these issues. Especially I will let Mr. Kevin repeat his question again, that what he going to ask Monk today. Maybe you start with different question, easy question first. Okay, Kevin, please come up with your question.
Okay. So that I'm curious is in Thai Buddhism temple, right? We normally see the Buddha statue and some other dynasty statue, like example Taoiswan and Pikanet. Means they are the dynasty. So what is the purpose of, other than the Buddha, what is the purpose of us praying to the dynasty in the temple? Yeah, this is my question.
Okay, very interesting question. Is about our Buddhist tradition, especially Thai Buddhist culture, that not just only you that ask this question. Many foreigners from Western country, they also want to know about this culture as well, which is very unique in different regions of Buddhist country as well. I will invite some monk, okay, here start talking about this belief first. How this belief of Ganesha, or we can say that Hindu god, and be in the Buddhist temple. Okay, I will invite Pra Boon, who is can be the one who speak about this better. Okay, Pra Boon. Hello.
Hello. Sorry, I cannot hear all of you clearly. Actually, there's something lacking. Maybe it's because of my internet or something. Can you repeat the question again, please?
Okay, I will repeat for you. This question comes from Mr. Kevin. He want to ask, especially Buddhism in Thailand, that why some, the statues of Hindu god like Ganesha, Pikanet, or Vishnu in the Buddhist temple. Okay. Can you hear me well? Okay, I think Prabhu, oh, Prabhu, you mute and unmute your microphone, please. Okay.
What happens?
Prabhu, okay, leave you first. Okay, I will start first. Okay, I will start first. Okay, according to what I have researched, Prabhu, let me go first, and then you can support my answer, because maybe you get a little bit problem of your connection. Okay. The belief of the Hindu god, okay, also come to spread in Thailand, has been long time. So that's why this belief is penetrate to Buddhist practice as well. To believe about animism, and also come from Hindu god. But very special for the people worship the statues of the statues of the Ganesha is very special, because the meaning of the Ganesha or Papikane, Thai people have the understanding about this god many meaning. Some people worship to this god because he is the father of the arts. The arts, the god of the arts. Okay, and some people worship this god for their successful, and also the Ganesha has mean also to the god that protect you from all the evil things. So that's why worshiping the Ganesha, not before that it could be from people who are specifically believe about this god, but after that it's also spread to normal people or ordinary people who work in the business, who are the leader of the company that want to get successful of their business. Okay, but the point of Mr. Kevin want to mention, specifically, is why they put the statues of the Ganesha in the temple. In actually, this not connected to the core teaching of Buddhism, but it's related to the culture. As I have mentioned earlier, that this belief has been keep practicing from the past. So some people or some community that still have a strong belief about this, they go to the temple not just only show respect to the Buddha as the teacher of an awakened like a teacher, but also want to make the business get successful. So that's why they add this god again, more to feel that what they do everyday life will be easily successful, and get the benefit. Because those people, they of course they also not the one who have a lot of wisdom or knowledge, but they still rely on some belief that make them feel more like connection to their success. To summarize about this, okay, the statues of the Ganesha in the temple, it's more like individual belief of that person and want to donate, the statues of the Ganesha to be assigned for them to get successful of their business. They used to wish for that statues and get successful. So when they get what they want, and then they want to also show something to show respect to the god, but this thing is not connected to the core my point of view. Okay, that's what my point of view related to the belief of the Ganesha or the others god. Okay. Anyone want to add your idea about this, or maybe Kevin want to emphasize?
What you say is true also, because I also research everything. So basically, now, I mean, this is maybe an advice for everyone in the world to do not get mixed up from Buddhism and gods. As in, when we go to the temple, we should show respect to these gods, but we just pray as per normal for respect. Yeah. So I mean, it's an advice that if you practice Buddhism, I think the gods like Ganesha, Pikanet, all these gods, they are just a idol to us as like a means it's a respect to us lah. Yeah, we still follow what the Buddha teaches, the Dharma. Yeah, I think this will be a simplified answer to everyone. Is good lah. Yeah, I think.
That's what I want to mention next is about the practicing Buddhism. Especially the core teaching of the Buddha, try to teach people not to rely on wishing or rely on belief, but should follow something that can do it right now, right here. Because when we believe some God and we wish to have, to let something happen, for example, about our job, about our duties, we have to wait. God, like, sorry, the process of your wish or worshipping, you also have to, because as a sacrifice, you offer something to the God to make him, satisfied of your worshipping, and then maybe the God will give you the bliss. But that's not Buddha's teaching, because that is you lost a freedom. You refuge something that we don't know that is happen or not. Is not based on the Dhamma. Dhamma means everything, condition based on the cause and effect. This is Buddha's teaching. Everything occur or appear, all condition happen based on cause and effect. So this is what Buddha tried to convey or try to teach, to let everyone have our own freedomly life to do whatever we want by ourselves, by our body. Okay, it means practicing the Buddha Dhamma. It's the best one. Okay. Are there any monks want to participate to this question? Make it more like a valid view. Okay, please, Pra Brun.
Okay, I just want to give
and some another view about worshiping distant god or maybe idol, as you said. And actually, this topic is very interesting. So when we talk about gods and goddess in other religions or whether in Buddhism, and actually, according to the 38 blessed or Mankala or Samsipet or something in Thai, and actually, so the Buddha did mention about worshiping a person or people that we are supposed to worship, but it's not worship or praise in terms of blind faith. So we take somebody as an idol because we see the quality in somebody as a good person or good thing. Ganesha or different gods and goddess that many people worshiping, and actually the point is not about the god themselves, but about the quality and what kind of goodness that they have, and we take that kind of good thing in them to build in this, and that is the point. So that's why even in, in the practice of meditation, so when we practice as a Buddhist, we the Buddha suggests to how to say, to think about the goodness of the deity, deity or deva or something, to recognize or realize their goodness when they were human beings, what kind of good thing that they have done. So that's why, and actually, when we worship or pray to someone, and actually the understanding of about uh, what kind of worship or which way of the understanding that we worship for is not about worship in order to ask for something. Like you made a very interesting point about like how to remind us to rely on ourselves, but we use them as an idol, the one who like guide us, shown us the way. So that's why whenever we worship someone or something, so to remind us about the good or quality, the good thing in them, and we try to bring or take those kind of quality to building them. And that is another point that I want to add more about this in this question. Thank you.
Okay. Are you happy with the answer, or do you just want to share your opinion about this more?
I would say I'm happy lah. Then I would say that it's good to explain all this so that, because in terms of how a Thai thing of a Buddhism in Thailand and how other foreigner things is different. Because like me, when I go to Thailand the first time, so I will see like, why do we pray to all these gods? So, and to be honest, in a lot of country, they are attached to all these amulets and gods, which I found out some information about this that I think I can share. So basically, all these amulets, and some amulets, to be honest, is effective and made by some masters. And what they practice is not Buddhism lah. It's more like a Lana magic or Brahman is from India. It's a religion from India, so it's a mix up. So I mean, I say this to make let everybody understand more about amulets also. Yeah, and when I mean this can let everyone to be more clear about it lah. Yeah, I think that's all.
Okay, thank you so much for your opinion. I also got sorry. Let me share something because I'm very impressed to Mr. Kevin. This is the characteristic of Buddhists. Uh, her hungry to study and understand the information, not immediately believe something. Uh, because Buddha, or we call the Buddha, is the quality of awake, aware, arise. Uh, Awake means awake from your ignorance, awake from your greed, angry, delusion. Uh, aware is mean aware, talking about mindfulness in daily life, not let your mind dominated by your greed, hatred, delusion. Those things, that's the cause of the suffering that going to make our get a toxic mind. Arise means arrive from those unwholesome things and try to accumulate it good things. So what we have been running Monk Chat Live, teaching meditation online, and Mr. Kevin always follow and interact with our Facebook Live, always leave some comments and uh, leave some message to our group of monks to discuss. Yeah, so it's very good community for learning Buddhism. Yes, this is my point of view to share about this. Mm. Yes. Are there other monks, Pravan, Pravon, Prabhuma, would you like to give and share your opinion?
Okay. Yeah. So I think what you guys have mentioned is quite clear for the listeners to understand what we have been talking so far. And what I would like to add more is about this kind of thing is very normal in Buddhism and also in different kind of regions, especially in Thailand or Asia. Because long time ago, before the Buddhists alive, there was one of the some kind of regions is a kind of believing in spirit. Because in the previous time, people lived in the forest and they have to get along with the nature. And whenever that is happened, so they just think that, oh, this would happen because of something superpower. It can be spirit, it can be the god. And then the Buddha, and then the Buddhism alive, and then people still carry on their own belief about this kind of things. So what I really want to mention is the core teaching of each Buddhism or each religions, not just only about Buddhism and also about other religions as well. So before we believe something, we have to understand our own religion and what kind of thing as well. So this is in order to help us to understand what is the benefit of believing, because mostly believing just only the basic thing that bring us to understand the core teaching. So in Buddhism, we also have believing. It's involved in Palaha. And then we move on to the core teaching, cause and effect, suffering and solution, and meditation. Yeah, this kind of thing. So overall, before we are believing something, we have to make sure that to believe with wisdom, not just only people believe and then just follow them. And even the believing come from the famous person as well. So we shouldn't believe it easily. We have to think carefully, think deeply before believing. So this is all are my concern.
Hello. Okay. Let me come with this, sharing a little bit, and then I will let Kevin, because he's dedicated his time to join this community, and I want him to share and also participate our monks chat as much as he can. So, do you have any more question or share some your opinion and with the question?
What previously said is true. Means we have to analyze more of any religion. We have to study and analyze before we believe in it. Because it's more logical and more facts if we study it. If we just blindly believe in it and there's no logic on it. It's just like, I mean, this is an example. So it's just like maybe there's a house near a tree near my house. So today I went there to pray, and tomorrow I win some money or something, and I call my friend to come with me. So I told him that this tree, I can earn a lot of money by praying it. So people will just follow me, and they will just follow one by one. And end up there's a lot of followers. They are, I mean, not to be harsh, but they are just blindly praying to the tree without any understanding. Yeah, this is what I what I thought of, an example to share with everyone also. Yeah. Yeah, thanks.
Okay, let me invite Prabhun to answer this question.
Yes. Sorry. Can you repeat the question again, please? I couldn't hear properly. Can you repeat the question again, please? Kevin?
Oh, sorry. Actually, I'm not asking a question. I mean, I'm just telling I'm giving a story to everyone to understand more about. I mean, a simple story to let everyone understand more about believing in something. When you want to believe in something, yeah. So, maybe I have a question that's a simple question to ask. So for laymen, right, like me, right, what when if you want to chant at home or something, right, what can we chant for laymen's? Yeah, and the purpose of chanting, is it to remind us about the Buddha practice? Yeah, this is my question. Yeah, thanks.
Okay, can we welcome our guest? He's an American monk. He has been in the Buddhist monastic for more than 1 year. I think his name is Bhikkhu Varapanyo. He's living in Myanmar right now. Yeah. So welcome, Bhikkhu Varapanyo. How are you?
Good. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, very clear.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'm doing well.
Please introduce yourself to let our audience know brief background of your ordination and why you be in this role.
I become a Buddhist maybe 5 or 6 years ago in America, and living at some temples in America, practicing meditation, going on meditation retreats. And in 2018, I go to Thailand to consider to be a monk, to become a monk, and so I start meeting with monks in Bangkok, having some meetings with monks. And one monk I meet in Wat Tep Sirin. I interview with him, and then he's supporting me. He's supporting me for ordination. And then I go to after some time training, practicing, preparing for ordination. Then I go to Wat Padara Pilom in Chiang Mai, and I ordain there.
Okay, thank you so much for your introducing. And let me tell something about his intention. You know, after we have some monk chat live, and then I got a greeting from him to would like to join this program to be beneficial for our audiences to learn um, about the let's say he's American monk, so he could have like a different views, about the culture, Buddhist culture, especially what he's like following. His tradition is a forest tradition, focusing on like practicing, meditation, and Kevin tried to ask to ask many questions that about the practice that out of Buddhism, like an amulet of the Buddha, the traditional practice. That is what he's come from, like different like culture in it. So he will see this clearly that this is the path of Buddhism or not. So we will have like a validated view to have all of you here. I'm very impressed to able to live this to our audiences to learn different issues about and question as well. Okay, now let's go back to your question again, and maybe Bharat Panyo can show his view about this as well.
My question was for laymen who practice Buddhism, right? What chanting can we chant at home, like maybe in the evening every day or something? And the purpose of chanting every day, is it to remind us of the Buddha teaching? Yeah, this is my question.
Okay, Piku Varapanyo, can you share your like a guiding that you have guide the Buddhist people that come to join your like tradition? What you always guide people to do chanting? And I saw your post. You make a short post about chanting too. Okay, would you please talk about this?
Yeah, you can chant to taking refuge in the Buddha and the Dharma and the Sangha, and you can chant Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa in remembering the Buddha and remembering the Buddha as a awakened teacher, as enlightened master. And so in this way you chanting can be for two reasons. One is to improve your quality of your mind. So you are thinking about Buddha, you are thinking about the Dhamma, you are thinking about the Sangha. And the other benefit or the other part of this practice is a concentration. So when you are chanting, you're just focusing on the chanting, not thinking about other things, not think about tomorrow or yesterday, but just bringing yourself to the present moment in your chanting. So in this way, chanting is also a meditation method. You are bringing your meditation into the chanting practice. So these two practices for chanting can be very helpful. And there's many different things to chant. You know, whatever you are most comfortable with. If you are chanting in your language or chanting in Pali, both are acceptable. Both are good. It's just about your quality of your mind when you are practicing chanting.
Okay. Is it what you understand, Kevin? Mr. Kevin?
Yeah. This is what I understand, which is a good explanation also. Yeah. I have another question, but I don't know whether you can answer. I mean, just curious. When you chant, right, and when you do meditation, right, there's some when I relate this to when a layman goes to a temple and take blessing from a monk. So the monk will do some chanting and splash some water and on the amulet and blow energy. Does all this meditation and chanting works in the Buddha teaching? Yeah, this is my question.
Pravan, would you please participate this question? Yeah, share your point of view.
Sorry, what was your question again?
Okay, I ask again. I mean, when we do chanting, right? When a layman like me go to a temple, right? We will receive blessing from the monk. Then they will chant and splash water. I mean, use some sticks to splash the water on the layman's for blessing, and they will for amulets they will do some chanting and blow on the amulet. So the meditation in Buddhism practice that the monks do and chanting, right, does it help in having the energy to do all this blessing? Yeah. And some monks might do some draw some yens on or paste a gold plates on your forehead, all this. Yeah, I mean basically it's everything all this. Yeah. Does it have, I mean, the meditation and the chanting in the Buddha teaching give the energy to do all these things? Yeah, that's my question.
Okay, yeah. So what you asked is very interesting for the listeners. So, due to my prior view, yes, of course, it's very useful. As I could remember one of the Buddha's teaching that. So we have some kind of ceremony when we sprinkle the holy water to the people just only in some situation. And I believe that this kind of thing can helpful to the people. And yeah, if we think on of the point of view, it can bring some kind of energy. So for example, that when somebody gets sick, and then they come to the monk in order to offer foods to the monk in order to ask him to give the blessing. And as a result, that person feel more happy, feel relief because people. So this can correct. It's useful, and 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 this kind of thing also can bring some kind of basic believing, because before we move on to another kind of level, we we should believe this kind of thing first. And it doesn't mean that it is the core teaching of the Buddha, but these are some part of the Buddha teaching that can help people to the next level.
Okay, maybe the connection is a little bit problem. Everyone hear what Sivon tried to explain? Okay, I would like to invite Varapanyo. What do you think about the meditation that help us to get like uplift and also accelerate our mental energy and do the blessing? Kevin, is it right to do the like blessing ceremony? This is help to make something like become special or not? Is it your question?
Yes, yeah. Basically,
Okay.
the meditation and the chanting that the monks practice, does it help in making having a positive energy to bless on laymen or amulets, all this?
Okay. Okay. Very good.
Well, for the monks offering to lay people for chanting or for blessing, it's really about the intention, the good intention, the cultivated mind, wholesome mind, loving kindness mind. So when we chant for lay people and we put concentration and loving kindness and compassion into the chanting, then it can change the quality of the mind for lay people, or it can inspire for them to change their mind, and so they can do more Buddhist practice, or maybe recover from their difficulties in lay life. So in that way, a kind of a blessing. And for something like an amulet, if you have a very experienced monk, very experienced master, master of compassion, master of loving kindness, then if you are with them and you see that they are putting their intention, putting their compassion into some object, sending their compassion into that object, then maybe it will have meaning for the person who receive it, for the lay person who receive it. So that's kind of the intention in Buddhism, because really we don't emphasize magic powers. If someone is saying they have magic powers, you should be really careful. But the power that a monk can have and should have is a power of compassion, power of loving kindness, power of wisdom. So we can share that, and if we put it into an amulet, this direction or that direction, then it can be helpful for certain people. So if an amulet or if a blessing is very powerful for a certain person, then that is really good for them. So I think that is a big part of the intention for these kinds of things.
Okay. Very nice. Right now we got many audiences, and one of that is some of our teachers, especially his name Steve Epstein. Okay, that I'm show you this comment. He is very grateful to have Buddhist American monk participate this live. Okay, especially his English much far better than us. That can explain something very difficult to an easy one. Uh, so sorry. His Pico Varapo, would you please answer this question from Steven? Where in the U.S. is where Pico come from?
Okay, yeah, I see. Originally come from the East Coast, nearby Baltimore City in Maryland, country of Maryland. Also nearby Virginia, nearby Washington, D.C. So I come from there, and when I first become interested in Buddhism, when I first become a Buddhist, it is in the Japanese tradition, Japanese Mahayana Zen tradition. So another meditation tradition, just like Thai forest. And that is 5 or 6 years ago now, becoming a Buddhist in America. And when I start to become a Buddhist, I live at a temple for 1 year. I moved to a temple and lived there for 1 year in training, meditation retreats and daily meditation and training. So I hope that answers your question,
Okay,
Stephen.
and we got more question from in art. It is my first time to see American Buddhist monk. Yeah, you are very like very new to for some people that have never see like a Buddhist monk from other country. Yeah, some of them like follow this life. They will feel very happy to see. Let's say his Mr. Kevin from Singapore. He also very interested in Buddhism, and um, Piku Varapanyo come from America, which is very like far away from the Buddhist country. But there's also our famous monk like Ajahn Chah and many teachers, found their temple there, but they also never see like American monks in Thailand. Mhm. Can you speak about your feeling that some people never see American Buddhist monk?
Well, Buddhism is a very open religion, and in some way, when someone becomes a Buddhist monk, when a person becomes a Buddhist monk, they leaving behind their country and leaving behind their previous life, and becoming not an American or Thai, but becoming a son of Buddha or a daughter of Buddha. Um, so I'm happy that people are interested, and I hope it is encouraging to see a Westerner very interested in Buddhism, very passionate uh, about practicing Buddhism.
Okay, very nice. Uh, would you mind now we move to answer some comments because Mr. Kevin also have asked many different questions. Now you will learn from the other that are watching us right now. They also want to um, involve to our chatting right now. I got very interesting question. Let me show to all of you. See this from the last person that we just read his comment last time. I talked to my monk's friend. Okay, may I ask if what is the difference between Nivarana and heaven between Buddhism and Christianity? Okay, I think I would like to invite Bhikkhu Varapanyo talk about this. Yes.
Okay, I never hear this question before. That's a nice question. I think it's a very sincere question. So in Christianity, in heaven, it is a place that if you meet certain conditions, if you do certain things, if you maybe believe certain things, then you will go to heaven, to this other place after you die. But in Buddhism, nirvana is actually a kind of truth, a kind of reality. So when the Buddha enter enlightenment, when the Buddha enter nirvana, he wake up to reality, to truth, very directly and simply. So it's not about he go to another place or he have a magical experience. The Buddha actually waking up to reality, to the truth of nature itself. And so we are all not separate from nature. We are not separate from nirvana. It's not a place that we will go. In Buddhism or in Christianity, heaven is a place that you will go. Eventually, maybe you can get there after you die. But in Buddhism, nirvana is the realization of reality, of truth, rather than a place that you will go. So it's quite different, actually.
Yeah, it's very very interesting question. Some of our followers also mentioned that it's a great question. I would like to invite our monks participate this answer. Okay. Or maybe Kevin, you can share your opinion about this. Have you ever question about this, Kevin? The heaven and the like nirvana, the final goal in Buddhism.
Okay. Actually, I don't really understand about nirvana, but I understand in Christianity, if I'm not wrong, they believe in God in a way that after they pass away from this world, there will be a judgment day of what they do, good and bad. Yeah. So, from my point of view, is be it any religion, Buddhism or Christianity, as long as we do good things and we do good things with our good heart, every judgment will be right after you leave this world. Yeah, this is what I believe.
Yeah, thank you. And Prabhu, would you like to share your opinion?
Yeah, and actually, I'm not sure this question is talking about heaven and the different heaven in Buddhism or Christianity or not. And actually, I would like to say that nirvana and heaven is totally different according to Buddhism. And actually, I'm not sure. I don't know much about heaven in Christianity, and actually, but heaven and nirvana in Buddhism totally different. And actually, so when we talk about heaven in Buddhism, it's a nice place, and there's many different levels and you can imagine about the simply about happy place or happy state. According to the Abhidhamma mind, actually heaven is a how to say a good quality state of mind, and actually, and in Buddhism also talking about the suffering state of the mind, or we call, like we would say, talking about it hell or something. But heaven and nirvana is not the same. So when we talk about heaven, it's still in the circles of life, you know. So according to the samsara, or the we call the circles of life. So in actually heaven is just one of the states that we could reborn in the happy state. But anyway, it's not a permanent state of the mind, or it's not a permanent world simply. But in actually we can reborn in the lower state according to our karma or action, you know, whether our mental action, verbal action, or physical action. So this will lead us to be born in the different realm or different world. So that's why, like in Buddhism, we sometimes we talk about we mention a lot about karma, you know, like you could get good or do bad get bad. And actually, here, this is about the circle of the samsara, which is nirvana is not in this circle, totally dependent from this circle. So it's beyond the good and bad, you know, suffering and happiness. So that is the state of nirvana. So that's why when we talk about heaven in Buddhism or heaven in any other faith, you know, so that's why nirvana is not a heaven like most of the people understand, that it's happy world and everything happy, and actually it's a state of being independent. So, or you can simply say out of suffering, or the state of being free from suffering. That is the state of nirvana. Or another term of nirvana, and actually we can see or we say how to say experience the nirvana in this life. Like nirvana is about when your mind free of the defilement. In Buddhism, talk about the lopa, dosa, and moha. Lopa is about the hunger or greedy mind, and the second one, dosa, is about anger, and the last one is ignorance or illusion. And nirvana is free from all of these three things. So it's not about the happy world or maybe comfortable world or something. And this is what I want to be clear about what is nirvana and heaven is different.
Okay, I'm sorry because the audio of Prabun is not really well. So, but we understand what you say. Would you please check? Yeah, your audio. What you have explained is the wonderful. It's to the Buddhist concept. You know, heaven and hell. It can answer in different concepts. Like can answer is a state of mind that recircle in this present moment in all the state of mind, born and keep aging for a while and then pass away, and this is in the circle. You know, sometimes we are happy mind. We could be, this is heaven, and when we in the in the suffering, we are in the hell. But nirvana, that is the state that we are beyond this kind of feeling is can be we understand the depending origination of the way things are. We know the way things are and able to get rid of this circle of suffering. And as a Pravarapanyo have mentioned. Okay, very nice question. Pravarapanyo would Prabhunma would Prabhunma.
I have some ideas and some small explanation and some questions from this one. When I read his questions, and then it reminds me to think about the people that they believe that nirvana it is the place, just like the heaven or something. And I know that this is the state of mind, and this is during we are still alive. If we reach enlightenment or nirvana, so this is about state of mind. But so many people think that if we die or life after death, and then if we have reached enlightenment, then where are we going to stay and to live? And this one, it connected to the place that how is it different between nirvana and heaven of Christianity? So I think maybe people believe that nirvana exists, and this is the place. So what do you all think about that one, or what do you want to tell them? Because even my friends, they think like that too. So maybe you please explain more about this one. Is it clear enough?
Okay. Prabhupada, would you like to add something?
Is my microphone working okay?
Yes, yes. Please go ahead.
Well, no, I don't think I have much to add. I like what the other Bhante said.
Okay, so I think we have live this this program almost 1 hour 10 minutes. So I think it's our good time, to have discussion about this. We have this Facebook Live or Monk Chat Live remote session every evening of weekend. It will be some day is on Saturday or some day is on Sunday. Okay, why today we we substitute from Saturday to Sunday? Because yesterday all the Monk Chat team went to Vieng Hang district, is the district that close to Chiang Mai, but this district is close to Thailand and Myanmar border. So there are also many minorities people and Hill tribe people living there, and we have a project to help the unprivileged people. So would you mind if I can share these activities to our audiences as well, and Venerable Varapanyo and Mr. Kevin that see this our activity we have done last 2 days. For example, sorry. Okay. Like this. This is we went to the house of the people they are very like unprivileged. These two girls, these two girls, they lost their parents. They stay together and raise money from hire the working in the farm, and they still go to school. So the one who wearing the yellow robe, he's my teacher. His name is Venerable Praku Pravit Varanayut. He is the founder of Mekong Foundation. Is the foundation for Buddhist study and Buddhist propagation in Mekong region. So this foundation will, especially this master is always go to the remote area and distribute the offering to the people. Like this, there are people live in like a small village. Most of them are migrated from Myanmar, from Chan State, the border. Some of them just a refuge. Sorry, are a refugee. Yes, they are. So we distribute this to them. Why we go there to? There are many monks and many people because of the donors who offer rice, eggs, and some food. It's their birthday, and they take this opportunity to do something good for the others. Make mark their birthday, not for only herself, but do for the others. So this is our donors to offer. We call the sweets or to the kids in the remote area. So we go together around 10 months to go to that place. Okay. All right. Okay, this is our story. Our team, Monk Chat monks, go to those places to share for everyone. So I think we will end the live soon. So finally, I want every monk speak something to our audience before we end this live. Sorry, let I read some comments. I also show in on the screen. The one that answered the previous question, she also thank you very much for our answering. Yes, and from Jessica, she's come late, so but she can follow some. So thank you. Khop kun, khop panka. She tried to speak Thai. Khop kun ka, but she wrote Khop panka. It's no problem. Thank you very much for joining us. And hello from Hat Yai. This is Meshi. She is the nun. Maybe Venerable Varapanyo knew her. Is the student of Meshi Ning. Yes, yeah, Meshi Primon from Hat Yai. Yes, and I forgot this. He's ex-monk. He's my close friend, Ken. He's watching from Laos. He's disrobed last years, and then he went back to Laos already. Thank you for watching us. And our teachers, thank you very much for keep watching from the beginning until now. Ajahn teaches Steve Van Epstein. He's living in San Diego now. He's in the quarantine. He cannot come back to Chiang Mai yet. His students waiting now. Sorry, he's waiting him come to teach. Okay, thank you. All the photos inspire. And from Jessica, follow you all. Okay, and yes, thank you. Okay, we got many comments. Miss you. Okay, before we end this live, I want every monk say something to this this conversation, this talk. For me, it's very special to have two people from outside our group, like Mr. Kevin from Singapore and Priku Varapanyo. Yes, I'm very impressed about this talk. Okay. And please, the other one, Prawan.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm very happy to join with this slide today. I think I have learned a lot about the different point of views, how to answer the question, because sometimes I know that how to answer it, but because of my lack of English speaking skill, so it's kind of a little bit difficult to answer it clearly to the originals. And I think this kind of program is very useful for those people who are listening us right now, because it's a kind of sharing the ideas, sharing what we have learning so far. And I'm sure that as we already know the Buddha's teaching and understand quite deeply, and dislike give us a chance to make it happen, to share to our audiences. So yeah, I'm very thankful.
And okay, Prabhu first. Okay, and then it will be our guest.
Okay, all right. So this is my first time I'm actually doing online. The other is doing Mount Chat. And actually, it is wonderful. And actually, I love this kind of sharing. And I hope that this program will move on. And actually, we haven't had a Monk Chat for a long time. Monk Chat, and actually, but here this is another. It's very new for us, and actually, maybe there's something that we are not really familiar with. I think this is another thing that I think we can also use this way to spread the word of the Buddha for the people in this.
Yeah, thank you very much. Prabhu, please.
So I am very happy to be with you again today. And listening to your guys are very nice, and very great to see our audiences again. Our program is just like Prasiwan say, and I would like to say thank you and wish you all be happy. Thank you.
Okay, our venerable monk, Priku Varapanyo.
Yeah, thank you to the other monks here for having me. I really enjoyed it, and I hope that we can discuss more in the future. And I really want to thank how to say Venerable Soma?
Son, just Son.
Venerable
Yeah.
Son for hosting and facilitating a monk chat. And I look forward to doing this more and participating more and having discussions. Also, thank you for your questions and your interest. It's very inspiring.
Thank you very much. And we have lay people. He is Mr. Kevin. I learned from him a lot. All the question about the beliefs and faith that you try to ask monk. Yeah, I learned and I research a lot your question. Yeah. You say to the audience.
Okay. I think this platform is a very good platform for anyone who have question to ask regarding Buddhism, and I think Monk's Chat is did a great job by making this online, so everybody from all over the world can learn from it. And I hope in the future, if have a chance, right, Monk's Chat can make a so-called a trip for maybe for foreigners to go to Chiang Mai and go to Wat Suan Dok to make a merry outside the rural area village to for the poor people and donate do some donation for the poor people, and they can try making these activities for foreigners to join in and do some donation for the poor people. Yeah, I mean in the future if there's a chance, because one of my wish was to help poor people and donate stuff to them in the future. Yeah, if I can do it by traveling to other country. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, for Monk Chat program and also cooperate with the foundation of my master. He is also the founder of Monk Chat too, the monks that show in the picture. We also will post, in our Facebook page. Even we have this, charity work. We also have some, foreigners in the photos. And do you see the camera guy? He holding the Alice, Alexa. They are filming the documentary about the Buddhist monk do the charity work. They follow monks to film this to publish in the documentary, and they come from Chinese, but they live in Chiang Mai. They also come to meditate to our meditation center, but they work like in the studio, so they are good at this, and they participate to this charity work. They do for the spreading Buddhism. So welcome, Mr. Kevin, and all the audiences who are watching us. When you come to Chiang Mai, don't forget to come to visit our Buddhist monk that showing in this live is in Wat Suan Dok. You're all welcome you to come and talk with us, or able to join the local culture, go to the remote area and distribute the offering and learn the life of the monks in the same time. It's Buddhist engagement. And Buddhism engagement. Okay, let me read the comments and then we will end this live to grateful all the audience and acknowledge all the comments. Okay. Yes, I think he's from Laos, and yes, thank you so much for all your one can see it as well. We want to in your next Monk Chat live. Okay, everyone can join our Monk Chat live next time, and you can contact us, and then we will give you a link and join this program. Okay, thank you so much for everyone. So finally, I would like to thanks to all the people who come to this live, all the monks and all the people. Okay, so finally, thank you so much. Good night, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.